What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Welcome back to the Team Gullit YouTube channel. My name is Renzo, and today we have a tips and tricks tutorial, whatever you call it. We have a meta update for you guys. FIFA 22 is out, and we figured out the most important things right now in FIFA 22 that you should be able to at least know that is effective in FIFA 22, offensively and defensively. This is so important because your opponent won't be surprising you anymore, and hopefully you will be able to surprise your opponent. But like I always say, we just sit back, relax, and enjoy. Yeah, we're starting off with the finesse shots. These are incredible in FIFA 22 right now, as you can see in these clips. It started off with me conceding a green time finesse, and I was like, whoa, okay, that goes in pretty good. And then I tried it myself, and yeah. It's pretty much time finishing, turn it on, it's back. It's not that hard to control. What you want to do with time finishing is to load up power, and as soon as you see the player touch the ball, you press again. You press the shooting button again. You try to have it green timed and at least white timed, because if it's white timed, it won't really affect the shot in a bad way, at least. But as you can see here, if you manage to time it green, you can score from ridiculous angles. And it's kind of back to FIFA 19. But especially the finesses are just great if you get the right angles for it. As you can see here, it's just, they fly in from pretty much anywhere. This was Benzema from like 30 yards out. But what you want to do is to kind of create the right angle for it. And maybe to defend this, you want to be moving your keeper. That's just a tip from me. We don't really have it covered yet because it's quite tough at the moment to move your keeper well and continue defending. But like you can see here in this clip with Messi, I noticed the angle in this situation, and that's when I was like, okay, I can shoot, and I don't even time it right here. So if you can't figure out time finishing yet, just use regular shooting. You'll be fine anyway. Crossing into runs. This is very overpowered. Well, not overpowered, it's powerful in FIFA 22. Crossing is kind of back. But it's a different way of crossing, because like you can see here, this cross is kind of being played into somebody making a run. Instead of them just being in the box already, waiting for a cross, trying to go for the header. Maybe the people like CR7 can do that still, but these crosses are very overpowered. We're not yet even in the box or around the box, but we already played a cross in, and this is just a regular cross. It's not an R1 cross. It's not an early cross as the game would define it. Here again, you can just see it curls inside, and it's kind of being played into somebody that is making a run into the box. So for your custom tactics and instructions, you could also put these get into the box for crosses instructions on, because it is pretty powerful. And like you can see here, even with like weak foots of Di Maria, here again in this example, the player is making the run. He's making the run into the box. You cross it in, 2.5 bars, maybe 3 bars, depends on how far out the player is. The cross gets put in, and the volleys are pretty good as well. Like, they're pretty good types of finishing anyway, so you want to go for them. Headers, you might have to practice a bit because it's manual if you play the competitive settings. This is the difference. The R1 cross is still effective. It's still in there. But you want to play it when your striker is like on the same level, maybe a step in front of the defender to play the early cross. If you would have played a regular cross now, it might have not been too powerful, so the defender could intercept it. And that is really the difference on when you should play a regular cross and when you should play a driven cross. Don't worry about the other crosses as of yet. These are the type of crosses that are the most effective right now, as you can see in these examples. Also, very effective, long through balls. LBY if you're on Xbox, L1 triangle if you're on PlayStation, like in these examples. You can also press L1 double triangle. We've covered that at the end of FIFA 21, where Mo Alba shook pretty much all of our esports. But these long through balls are just so accurate, and the defenders don't seem to lock on too great that even Benzema right here, who isn't the fastest, is still getting to these passes. It's just like you can see here in the example, it's just L1 triangle, and you just want to load up 2.5 to 3 bars again. It just depends on how far out the player is. It is a little bit of feeling as well. But you can just see, like here, I'm loading up 3 bars of power, and Mbappe is even in between 2 defenders, which you're going to see in this clip. But he still gets to it. It's crazy. It's really overpowered. Just use this, especially in the counter attack. It's very, very good. And then second man press. This is the only defensive attribute right now that I think is very powerful. And it's just holding R1. You'll get this green indicator above your second player indicator, which means that he is pressing the ball holder. It's a little tricky at times, so you have to get used to it, and it might haunt you sometimes that you time it bad. But you can really lock in a player from 2 different sides, or you could be covering a passing lane yourself while you have the other second man with the R1 button having pressed the ball holder. It's very effective and it's very overpowered. Use this for defending. I hope you guys enjoyed this video because this is the meta right now. See you guys in the next video. Ciao, ciao.